This is BayAreaSportsWeekly.com San Francisco Giants report. Playoff report on Brian Professor B. Davis. Well, the San Francisco Giants, who won 2-1 in 10 innings yesterday, Tuesday afternoon, they once again stay off elimination, winning the second of a three-game triple match point. They took the second leg of their triple match point, winning Wednesday afternoon at the Great America Ballpark in Cincinnati, winning by a score of 8-3. The Giants never trailed throughout the entire ball game. They got one run in the first. The Reds tied it in the bottom half of the frame. The Giants at one point was up 3-1 or 3-2 in the third. Barry Zito only last two-thirds innings. After that, the Giants never ever trailed, and the Giants, after losing the first two games of the series in San Francisco, the Bats finally break out their slump. And the Giants continued recovery Wednesday, dominating 8-3, which featured 8 extra base hits, a superb pitching by Tim Lincecum out of the bullpen, both surprising elements in the wake of recent events. After losing the decisive game decision, even the series at 2 games apiece, forced Thursday's anticlimactic Game 5, which will hold a historic potential. Should the Giants prevail, they'll become the first National League team to overcome a 2-0 deficit to win a division series since the division series began back in 1995. The last National League team to overcome a 2-0 deficit to win a best-of-5 playoff series, you got to go all the way back to 1984, when the San Diego Padres, after the Cubs had a 2-0 series lead, the Padres came back home to San Diego to sweep those 3 games in San Diego, including a memorable Game 4 win when Steve, the league championships MVP for the Padres, hit a walk-off 2-run homer off Cubs closer Lee Smith to tie that game. Did end up winning Game 5 after coming back down 3-0 to win it 6-3 off the Cubs ace Rick Sutcliffe. They're trying to become the first National League team to do that since the 1984 Padres, who overcame a 2-0 deficit in a best-of-5 series, and they came back to beat the Cubs to win the National League pennant and advance to their first ever trip to the World Series. The first 21 clubs that fell in that hole never emerged. 4 teams have achieved that. The 1995 Mariners, the probable run the Mariners had some 17 years ago, the 1999 Boston Red Sox, the 2001 New York Yankees against the Oakland A's, and the 2003 Boston Red Sox, of course, against the Oakland A's. Overall, 38 out of the 42 teams leading the series 2-0 ultimately won. Also, if the Giants win Game 5, it will mark the second time that a road team has won each of the last division series without the home team not winning a single game. Twice teams have surged back from a 2-0 deficit to force a Game 5, but lost. But the 2010 Rays and the 2011 Diamondbacks. San Francisco entered the game a team batting average of 126, 12 for 95 in the series. Received home runs by Angel Pagan and Gregor Blanco and Pablo Sandoval. The big blow was the big 2-run homer in the top half of the 7th inning for Pablo Sandoval. Turned out to be the icing on the cake for San Francisco. So we're going to just quickly give you the final totals of the game. For your San Francisco Giants, 8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. For Cincinnati Reds, 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher goes to Tim Lincecum in relief. He gets his first ever postseason win in relief. He gets the win. Mike Leake, the former Arizona State star from the Pac-10, was the losing pitcher. Time of the game was over 3 hours and another sellout crowd of over 44,000 at the Great America Ballpark in Cincinnati. Well, with that being said, the Giants and Reds will go at one more time for the 5th decisive game. It will be the ace, Matt Cain, who took the loss in Game 1 and who was a.k.a. known as Mr. Perfect and threw his perfect game earlier this year. He'll take on the Giants' nemesis, Mat Latos, for the Cincinnati Reds. Game 5 of the series will be Thursday morning at 10:05 a.m. Pacific Standard Time will be the first pitch. 1:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time will be in Cincinnati. Will be the first pitch of the fifth and final game of the three-game series of the best of five series. The winner of this game will advance to the National League Championship Series, which I believe it will start on Saturday night to take on the winner of the St. Louis Cardinals Washington Nationals Series. Which, by the way, in other National League Division Series action, the Cardinals defeated the Nationals by a score of 8-0. They take a commanding 2-1 lead. With that being said, should the St. Louis Cardinals win Game 4, meaning the winner of tomorrow's Giants-Reds Game 5 game, the winner will host the National League Championship Series. If that will happen, if St. Louis wins and eliminate the Nationals, the winner of tomorrow's Game 5 between the Giants and Reds will host the National League Championship Series, which will begin on Saturday night. But first, the Giants have to take care of business. And hey, Game 5, anything could happen. And the Giants got a chance to make some history, becoming the first ever National League team since they began the Division Series back in 1995 to come back from a 2-0 deficit to win a best-of-5 series. You can hear all the action on KNBR 680 as John Miller, Dwayne Kuiper, Dave Fleming, and Mike Kruko will give you the action, and the game will also be televised on TBS. This has been BayAreaSportsWeekly.com San Francisco Giants playoff report. Once again, the final score: your San Francisco Giants 8 and the Cincinnati Reds 3. For the latest sports news and other Giants news, go to sfgiants.com or to BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. Your 24-hour news service 7 days a week. The innovator will bring you the best sports news in the Bay Area, including exclusive coverage of Giants playoff baseball. Hum, baby, go Giants!